Please take a moment to increase the brightness on your device for optimal viewing. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Sketchy Friendler, where every day I tell you a story and I draw you a picture to go along with it. Today, I'm going to tell you about my experience with Bigfoot. But before that, let me just get through some quick stuff here. Yes, I'm drawing in blue pencil. Please bear with me. I eventually will draw in regular pencil. 2, if this is too light for you, just feel free to crank up the brightness all the way up on your viewing device. And 3, if you're watching this on your cell phone and the image is too small for you, don't hesitate to turn that cell phone horizontal so the image fills up the screen. And with that, let's get to this. So, I'm going to tell you about my experience with Bigfoot. Now, I have to make a confession here. This is not a personal experience in terms of actually seeing one or hearing one or whatever. This is just my lifelong passion or interest, enthusiasm, whatever you want to call it, for the big guy, and how it's affected me through my life. So I grew up back in the 70s when Bigfoot was pretty popular. I know there was a resurgence back in the early 2000s, but it was pretty popular in the 70s too. There were shows called like In Search Of, and lots of books and movies, Legend of Boggy Creek, that type of thing. And so I was into the whole thing. That was like my first brush with the paranormal genre and cryptids. But I was into it like a lot of kids were, and was into it for growing up. It was definitely something I was interested in. If I found magazines, or I remember the 40 End Times and Coast to Coast AM, I used to listen to all those stuff and read stuff about it. Anyway, what I want to also talk about is, last week I spoke about my time in a trauma ward. So if you want to check that out, go back and watch it. But once I got out of the hospital, once I got back to the United States, I was convalescing. I was going to physical therapy. I almost lost the ability to draw altogether. And that was really kind of a wake-up call to me at that point in time, where I felt like I was wasting my talent. Not to say that I'm the greatest artist, but I feel like if I have any gifts, it resides in drawing. But I as I was at home, I had a lot of time. I couldn't go back to work. Couldn't use my arm, and and like I was saying, it was a wake up call to me, and it was one of those points where I'm like, why? What are you doing? Why are you not using your talent? You might lose it. So part of my therapy was, if you don't use it, you're going to lose it. So I started drawing again, and I had time because I was home, and I started drawing Bigfoot because I thought it was just a cool thing to draw, something I was interested in, so it would help my motivation. And this is going back to 2014. So I'm trying to remember back, like, how I got involved in the community. I think there was a podcast that I was listening to, and I met a lot of people. I think there was like a Facebook group, and I think I started posting some of the images that I drew of Bigfoot, and people responded very positively. Um, so that encouraged me more because I definitely thrive off of good feedback. That's one of the reasons why I'm still trying now. Um, I do love it, but I do enjoy the positive feedback. So at that point, I started drawing even more, and I was approached by people in the Bigfoot research community to do artwork for them. Um, I had one group that they asked me to join their group, and met all sorts of people. And I just have to say, the Bigfoot community on the whole, I just thought was full of just really cool, nice people, and all walks of life, different belief systems, but all just really, just ultimately, just kind of friendly people. And it helped me, um, I think, become less of a prejudiced person because I assumed people would be a certain way because they were from certain parts of the United States or had different political, religious beliefs than me, and they do, but that doesn't mean that they're not nice people and kind. And it really taught me that one of the lessons that I learned was you gotta, I feel, um, even if people don't agree with you on certain beliefs, you still it's you still should listen to their hearts. Listen to what they're saying. Are they kind people? Doesn't matter if they believe in a different religion than you, if they're part of a different political party than you. Um, if they're kind, it doesn't matter. And I'm still friends with people that I would never have given a chance to, um, because I got to know them. And I think we're living in a time where it's very polarized, and people have, they're sticking to what they believe, and they're only going to hang out or talk with people that sound exactly like them on both sides, on all sides, whatever your side is. And I think that's just very limiting. I think people aren't giving other people a chance. Like, there was a time when it wasn't polite to talk about politics or religion. And I think people definitely should be able to say what they want to say, but I think there is some validity in that because I think when you start spouting off your beliefs and how you think people should behave or conduct themselves, you just start isolating yourself. And I think we really need to remember that, you know, yes, we're different, but that's all. It's part of being part of the world and being part of a society. You have to somehow, you need to be friends with everybody, but I think you I think a lot of people don't give people a chance because they're just looking at the surface stuff. I don't know. It's funny how Bigfoot would make me think about these things. It's like the last thing. But, like, here's the thing about Bigfoot. Um, there's people from different walks, but, like, we can all connect on this one thing that we believe in or want to believe in or just enjoy talking about or thinking about. Um, from all over the world, all over the country. And I think that also helped open me up to being okay with moving to a different state. If you asked me, 4 or 5 years ago, if I'd ever consider living outside of California, I would say, no way. don't get me wrong, I love California. I miss it. I miss my friends. I miss my family. But um, there's so much more out in the world than just where you grew up, or just in a place where you feel safe because other people think the same way as you. Um, that's my feeling anyway. Of course, I'm going to have people that disagree with me, and this, that, and the other thing. You have to give voice to people. Yes, absolutely. But I feel like you still have to remember, like, what's at the core of people. They may agree with you completely, and I definitely met people that on paper I should probably get along with because they think the same way as me. They have the same views, religious, philosophical, political, but I can't stand them. And then you get other people that I've would not, in theory, get along with, but I think they've got the biggest hearts, and they're kind, considerate, caring, thoughtful people. And if you just don't talk about that stuff, if you never had gone to that conversation with them about those things that divide, there wouldn't be a problem. It's hard because you want to never silence people's thoughts and views on things, but at the same time, we're so divided, as a species. No one seems to get along anymore, so I just feel like I try to do everything I can to try to get along with people. Maybe that's just being silly and idealistic. Maybe it's not realistic. I don't know, but I just don't want to. I don't want to add any more negativity into the world that there's already enough. I don't need to be a source of that. I think I don't know. I try, not necessarily successful, but I try to be a source of love and kindness in the world. It's hard. It's not easy, but it's something I strive to do. And I would hope that most people would try to do that. You know, try to bring something good to the table. I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking nonsense. Who knows? What do I know? Anyway, I think Bigfoot's cool. I think Bigfoot helped me and continues to help me and remind me to be a better person. It's funny where we get our sources of inspiration, isn't it? Definitely in unlikely places. But, take it wherever you can get it. That's what I say. Let me zoom out here because I think there's a bigger picture here that you can't see. I think that should do it. All right. But yeah, like I'm still in touch with a few people. One of my Bigfoot friends that I made, Lori. Turns out, when I was living back in the Bay Area, she lived just down the hill from me. I met her for coffee before the pandemic happened, and it was cool. I'm glad I was able to do that before I moved away. Very cool person. I hope she's doing well. I talked to her from time to time. Actually, she's actually became a fan of my daughter, Anna. So that's cool. So she's just a really nice lady, and she's into animals like big time. Like she was an animal trainer, and She rescues horses. These are just some people that I met. People from the podcast that I used to listen to. I met filmmakers. I did some drawings for a documentary that's actually people watched on Amazon Prime. So there's just a lot of cool people out there, and I definitely, every state in the United States they're from, and even I met people online from different countries. People in, these are people I've met online. I haven't met them personally, but I've met people that are in Japan. I've met people that are in Australia. It's really cool. I mean, if you're into Bigfoot, you can meet a lot of different people from all over. The thing is, like, even within, like, we'll talk about politics. Like, there is politics big time in the Bigfoot community. Like, it gets pretty heated sometimes. Like, just different philosophies or theories about what this creature is. Some people think it's magical. Some people think it's extraterrestrial, interdimensional. Some people just think it's like a missing link. There's room for all of that, I guess. I mean, for me, I think it's more of a flesh and blood type creature. That's just my thoughts. But the thing about Bigfoot is everybody who's really into it, they definitely think they know what it is, but nobody really knows. I don't even know if it really exists. I want to believe that that it's out there. Like, that would be the coolest thing if they actually proved that it was out there. But until we actually have one specimen, no one knows for sure, or no one will be able to prove it. But again, like, I'm definitely in the camp for wanting it to be real. And there's all sorts of different. It just gets so deep. Like, you get into Bigfoot, you can go as deep in as you want to. I mean, it's a serious. Some people don't take it seriously that are just watching it, or kind of just noticing that it's a genre and it doesn't appeal to them. But if you're into it, you can get as serious and as deep as you want to. I just like the people. I'm I don't think I will ever be in a situation where I'll get to meet this creature if it exists, but I do like to talk to the people that are out there. I haven't been really that active, just because life has kind of gotten headed in different directions. But I still appreciate all those people, and I still check in, see what's going on. I want to keep my finger on what's happening in that realm. But I should draw more Bigfoot. He definitely helped. He helped me. I stopped drawing again until just recently, but he revived it for a little while in me and helped me regain the use of my drawing arm. So I have Bigfoot to thank for meeting people, opening my eyes up to just people in general, and keeping my ability to draw, which I could have lost. So I'm grateful to the big guy in the woods, wherever he may be, or they, or whomever, or whatever it is. Always grateful. I do this drawing Monday through Friday, where I do the same thing on YouTube and Facebook. If you just want to see the final product of what I'm drawing, you can check me out on Instagram, where I post the previous day's image. And then on TikTok, I've got a page where I do different art. I do time lapse. It's about 2.5 minute long time lapse drawing that I bring all the way up into the inking stage. And I talk for about 2.5 minutes too. So it's just a short little thought or story that I can do in a short period of time. I'm excited about that. I'm gaining follows there. I'm growing that page out just like I'm growing my YouTube. I'd appreciate the follows if you are so inclined and you can afford to take more time out of your day. It's free. All of it's free, but it does take time to look at stuff. And then I've got merch up on my on the amcprincessanna.com webpage under the Sketchy Friendler collection, where I've got shirts, tumblers, digital prints, not physical prints, or digital prints where you can print out on whatever you want, whether they be canvas, paper, stickers, t-shirts, whatever you want to print it on. And I think that's about it, I think. And I will sign off here. Let's put my signature here. All right. So I always appreciate you. I love doing this for you. I hope to see you soon. Every Saturday, we post a poll where you get to choose between one of these drawings. And on Sunday, we go live. My wife and I talk to you while I ink color in the drawing that you chose. Other than that, I think that should do it. I am trying to get ahead here. So I think I've gotten to the point where I've got a good buffer period. And I thank you all for watching. Keep watching. We'll keep seeing new stuff here. So I will talk to you soon. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you. Bye.